Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's been, I think, 2 or 3 weeks since I've done an update. I was going to show you guys some failures, some successes. The tomatoes this year have not done well. Looks like most of them have leaf roll. So sadly, I've had to give up most of those. But I have successfully cloned one, which I'm currently working on making a DWC for. But yeah, I will take you guys around and show you what's new. All right, so in the tent on this side, I've got a chocolate bootla, which had been doing all right, but my son and I went camping, and I forgot to tell my wife to throw some water in here every once in a while. So the yellow brain strain, the 7-pot, took up what water was left, and so he's doing all right. But this one started to get some leaf curl, and then I've got some houseplants over here, which I'm pretty sure I keep having a white fly infestation, and so I'm about to throw these out. I'm pretty sure that's where it's coming from. So this one kind of started getting it, but I gave them the great equalizer of neem oil. So it looks like they're bouncing back, but this one's still kind of losing some leaves here and there. But the 7-pot, you can kind of see, is starting to get some flowers. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Hopefully it turns out pretty well. Hopefully. Everything else outside has been fighting off the super heat and the wind. This is that tomato I was talking about that I cloned, and it's doing really well. I used some Clone X, which I'd never used before, which I've never even tried to clone anything before, so I really have nothing to measure it against, but regardless, it spawned some pretty good roots. So I'm making a DWC for it right now, and we'll pop that guy in there, and I'm just going to leave it in the tent since all my other tomatoes outside but one have been suffering. All right, and then as far as houseplants go, my aloe is doing awesome because I really haven't messed with it. This is escaping me the name of it. This is the one my son poured like a gallon of nutrients on, and so a lot of the leaves on it died and still kind of have some new burn, but I trimmed a lot of those off and it seems to be recovering and getting some new growth, so it's doing all right. I've got some succulents up here in the window that are doing not half bad. Some of it's dying off, but they're succulents. They'll come back. Then outside, I've got my red hot poker that came back from last year. It's doing really well. I tried to plant some chamomile in there. There wasn't enough sunlight, so it never sprouted. Potato vine always does well in this corner over here. There was some other flowers there on top and they died. This is my little DWC project. Kind of a small container, but that's what I'm going to start out that tomato clone in. Then over here I've got some creeping jennaes with some other flowers. That was my cactus that was in my room, and some succulent that died with it. This was the plant that was over by my grow tent, which, talk about lesson learned. If you look on here, this thing is like covered in white flies, and that's all the stuff I just knocked off. It's my echinacea. That's the neighbor's dog. Paper flower. Can't remember. This is my Better Bush tomato, which seems to be doing all right. I think it's only one of my tomatoes that actually made it, because it's actually disease resistant and not a heirloom tomato, so it didn't suffer as bad as the others. My sunflowers are doing awesome, but yet no flowers yet, so I bet those things are going to be massive. Under here I've got my bush beans. they're doing really well. All my garlic that was over here I harvested, and it's drying out right now, so it should be ready within the next couple weeks. That was the failed bag. These are some of the tomatoes that might bounce back, that had that leaf curl real bad. I sprayed them with some fungicide that had copper in it. I don't know. We'll see. That's my jalapeno. It's doing okay. Looks like it's starting to get some flowers. Yeah, there's one. Then I had a Scotch bonnet that I just didn't know where to put. I put it there. It doesn't get a whole lot of sun, so it's not growing, but it's not dying, so that's a plus. Then over here, I've got my squash, which is doing fantastic. I've already pulled a couple off. Looks like I've got some more hiding under there that I'm about to pull off. Some blossom rot, so I'm gonna spray some calcium on these guys. Try and get those back up and going. And over here, this is a ghost that I just recently moved from inside to outside. And its process of getting used to the sun, I'm pretty sure, is done. And it's doing well. This is another Scotch bonnet, another ghost. This one's probably the best ghost out of all the ones I've got. This is my banana pepper plant. I posted a picture of this on PLC earlier. This guy's just been beat to hell from sun and wind and hail, but it's putting out some beautiful long pods. That's a sweet banana, and it's doing great. Another ghost. These are all starting to do well. I'm happy with most of the stuff out here. Cilantro. Another ghost. This one is my Jimmy, which looks like it's starting to flower, so hopefully should be having some pods on it soon. My strawberries. Looks like getting some flowers on those. I'm really just kind of trying to get this one going, and I'll plant more of it next year. This is my one surviving tomato plant, and this is the one I took that sucker off of and cloned. Got that idea from Kang, so hopefully that does well. And then I've got a couple more Scotch bonnets over here. I was pulling up beets, and this is like a red Asian okra, and so I saw the red stem on it and thought it was a beet and pulled it up, so it got really pissed at me and almost died, but it's kind of starting to come back. We'll see. Random carrot, an onion, and then a beet back there that I forgot to harvest. They're all clustered together. This is my habanero. It's doing awesome. Starting to get some flowers, and yeah, I think this guy's going to do really well. I'm super happy with it. This is a Serrano. Both of these are Serranos, and they're doing really, really well. Getting some flowers. Hopefully should be putting out some pods soon. This is my chocolate bell. It's got one massive pepper on it, but hasn't started to change color yet, but it looks like it's starting to get some other ones. So hopefully soon. And these are my massive cucumber plants. These are white cucumbers, and they're doing great. Cucumbers have always done really well in this area. I had them over here last year, moved them to this side, and got real ghetto and built this chicken wire trellis. I had one on that side that kind of added some chicken wire too, so I have no doubt these will do awesome. Over here is more of that red Asian okra, and it's doing super well. So I have no doubt that I will have okra coming out of my ears. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And then these were all the failed tomatoes that just got murdered by this leaf roll. And it sucks. I don't really want to throw them away, but I'm gonna have to. It's weird, they still have some flowers, but I doubt they'll produce anything. I have slight hope for this one. We'll see. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.